Hard to believe my wife, Wendy, and I, tomorrow are celebrating 22 years of marriage. It's crazy. I've known her for a quarter of a century in my life. And throughout those 22 years and the 24 that we've known each other, I haven't always listened really well. Because I'm an idiot guy who had to learn early on, the more I listened to my wife, who was infinitely more intelligent than I am, I became a better guy, a better husband, a better friend. And so I had to listen a lot over that time. Interestingly enough, there's all different kinds of ways you and I can benefit from listening. There's all kinds of stories. You guys know what a EULA is? E-U-L-A, an end user licensing agreement. There's a guy whose name is Doug Heckman, got $1,000 because he actually took the time to read one of those things and found out if you submit an email, you could win $1,000. He did. 3,000 people before him didn't. That's what you can benefit from if you take time to listen. Everybody should listen more than they speak. Who hasn't benefited from that piece of advice over the years, right? It applies in the digital world that we live in as well. As churches, we're all the time trying to come up with good content that we can post. And to do that, we listen to a lot of things. We listen to podcasts on leadership. We read about pastoring and sermon preparations, how to create great guest services and environments that your students would want to come to. We read up on all that and we take that advice and we jot down notes and we have staff meetings about it and we talk about how we can make our churches better. But what I've found is that as a society, the people that are coming to your church are openly sharing about themselves online as well. What's going on in their lives, the new jobs that they have. Are we listening as a church to what your people that are showing up on Sunday morning are actually posting online about themselves? We had the best model of what this looked like in Jesus. Now granted, he was Jesus. He had the upper hand. He was God. He knew everything about us intimately. And so when he would engage with somebody in the Bible, he knew what they needed. He knew what they wanted. He knew how he could help them way before he ever met them. Countless examples of that. Nicodemus, the rich young ruler, the woman at the well, Lazarus. It goes on and on and on. Before he entered into a conversation, he knew how he could minister to them. Well, because of your attendees sharing their lives online, your volunteers sharing their hopes and their dreams and their struggles online, we have that same opportunity to meet people where they are and minister to them and know how we can point them to Jesus. John the Baptist did that better than anybody, right? He just went out and told everybody, hey, something's coming. Something's better than me. And he was sharing the whole world about Jesus. And I really believe the church, whether you think you do a great job at digital or a lousy job at digital, if at the end of the day you can say you pointed people to Jesus because you were listening, I think we're all winning. So what can your church do? What can your volunteers, your staff, the people that are encouraging your leaders, if you stopped and actually had a plan to listen to what they're posting online and then engage with them offline?